I spent a month on that damn video. How many views did it get?
It got 260 views in total, sir.
That's it. You're useless. I'm finding someone better to slave away. People these days, absolutely useless. Maybe I'll check this video out myself. Let me just type it in. Here it is. Let's have a watch, shall we? The film starts with an unknown melon who we will grow to know, calling his friend. He has apparently found something that his friend told him existed, and he starts walking towards it, which a purple glow emits. He starts talking about his friend wasn't lying. In the morning his friend comes, goes to the police, goes to bed, his girlfriend comes and he goes back to the spot. So far it seems this first part is a hook to get people wondering what happened to this melon character and what this portal does. After this, the lazy Pumpkin gets his friend to drive him to where Melon disappeared. They arrived and Pumpkin, being lazy like bees, he gets his friend to where the headlight. They yap a little, Pumpkin sees the portal and gets teleported. The second episode starts off with Pumpkin falling into a giant desert. He eventually comes across a giant statue of a gray melon, which totally doesn't hint towards later. He encounters a strange corn, which leads into a very filler fight. He sees a giant sniper tower, so he jumps out of the way. He eventually climbs up the tower and slimes out everybody inside the tower. He finds a healing syringe inside and eventually sleeps. He decides to stop being a lazy and skydive out the tower. Oh, and he steals a submachine gun. He shoots a bunch of corn into pieces to feed the homeless like a good Samaritan. He then sees a giant thing with a staff inside. He kicks a cipher into it and destroys the thing. The staff bits him and he is nowhere to be seen. We find a melon falling down a volcano. The creator clearly wants us to think he is the melon from before. But he is now no more. Okay, that rhyme went hard, but eventually we find out that he is a random and not the melon from before. He eventually meets a hunter who clearly wants to kill him, and of course the hunter dies in the volcano. Armor spews out the volcano and he takes it. He eventually gets into a nothing burger fight and wins, but two staffs fly down on him. This is decent for a second episode. I feel a lot could be improved, but it keeps you somewhat hooked for what happens next, but not fully hooked where you can't forget. The third episode starts with Pumpkin dangling on a giant cliff, and so of course he climbs up. Eventually, he ends up in a base full of people while he's still hanging on the edge. Which, may I add, such a stupid thought on Pumpkin. Why trust a random group of strangers? Also, we learn his name is Punklin. They end up on the moon and find Melon, who we learn's name is Melanin, and the episode ends there. This episode is so stupid. Why did Pumpkin choose to go with a random group of strangers? At least the found Melon. The next episode starts with Punklin dramatically dropping his gun. Stupid move, may I add, in the grape. My favorite character, calling in a portal. The grape looks through the portal to see the evil blue melon trying to finish the stand and bring back Punklin's father. They them all teleport to the top of the cliff and have an epic fight. I'll put it at 10x speed for you. This is a big part of the story. This fuels the other human, Flame's hatred for the blue melon for killing his father. That's the end of the fight, as we can see the dark staff flies up to the other ones, presumably from some force. It brings back 2 of the warriors from the staff. The blue melon climb all the way up to the dark staff inside the stand and bring him back. This is one of the best episodes. I can't say much about it. The entire group have party, but a lot of them mourn the scientist that was thrown off of the cliff. Eventually, they hear a massive explosion and go up to check it out. After that, they just have a massive fight. Not much to comment on, so I'll speed it up. This is the perfect episode. The switching between fights, the deaths like Grape avenging Fleshier, it all adds up to peak. I'm sad cause Grape died though. This is a good start to the episode. It shows how Punklin got after the portal. Punklin eventually goes over and checks on Melanin. Meanwhile, Orange is knocked out and Blue Melon is climbing up. Human becomes a nerd and explains what happened, but it's too much for me to type. Orange finally wakes up and spots Lime's suit on the helicopter, but no Lime. Punklin throws Blue Melon away and they start walking to find a home. They then set up tents to sleep. Eventually in the night somebody breaks in the tent and ignites it, leaving just Punklin and Flame. Pumpkin then wakes up and finds out it's a dream that is loosely based of his past, leaving it a mystery to be wrapped up in the future. You know it's not true because Melanin is on the phone. And that's it. That's the first season of the Multiverse Rip. The second season won't be out anytime soon. I give it a 6/10. There is much to be improved. I'm planning on taking from the mistakes of the Multiverse Rip and expand it across other movies. I highly recommend watching the full movie before basing your opinion, as much of it was left out for time and because this has taken me 3 hours to do. So that's all folks, 15 more subs till 200 subscribers.